Iranians have released a new Lego-style animation.
If you think that Trump's trolling has been top-notch, well, Iran's IRGC seems to be beating him at his own propaganda game, and they put a little more thought behind it. You just got a little taste of their latest Lego drop. But I think that their trolling and propaganda is a really good symbol of the fact that, man, did Americans miscalculate and underestimate the Iranians, because they're not. I think a lot of people were propagandized into thinking this is a weak country, these are backwards thinking people, they're not sophisticated, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be a cakewalk to go in there and just destroy that regime. No, not so much, okay, not so much. And the stuff they're putting out is entertaining, I'm not gonna lie, but it also has a message that I think resonates with a lot of Americans who are frustrated with our government for a number of reasons that we'll get into in just a minute. But I just want to get your initial thoughts before we move on.
It just feels like these guys actually spent a lot of time thinking about us and what we're like and what we do, in these times, in times of war. Obviously, there was a big ass war with Iraq right on our border that lasted for damn near 20 years. And so they've studied American military tactics. Also, because American culture is so exported around the world, they study our culture, our media, our norms, our modes of communication. Like, they know a lot about us. Okay, like for instance, it's been reported, they've been preparing for this basically since we invaded Iraq.
Yes, for decades.
Okay,
yep.
One day they're gonna try to do this to us. When they do this, what should we do? Then they're gonna do this, what should we do? Then they're gonna do that, and then we do that. Okay, like they've literally thought about it. Donald Trump got up from taking the shit, called in his generals and said, "Yo, let's go into war with Iran. It's gonna take 3 days." That's the thought that this guy's applied. He doesn't know about the different ethnic groups or the history of Iran or like what their culture is like. He doesn't know anything about that. JD Vance, forget it, Pete. Heck, like you really think these people have ever spent any time thinking about Iranians?
Pete Hegseth has spent more time with like Saki bombs than thinking about anything strategic related to war. Like, come on. No, you made such a devastating point here because, forget Trump and Hegseth or even this like current administration. Think about where we are in American culture, where everything is about short-term gain, quick money. Everything is about like, don't think about long-term ramifications. There's never any long-term thinking in America anymore. There's never any real planning for the future anymore. And when you put that culture up against Iran preparing for this moment for literally decades, I mean, where's the competition, right? Especially when it comes to the propaganda game, which is why their trolling just hits different. It really does. I don't even know, like all you see from the Trump White House in regard to their trolling and propaganda is like, oh, look at these videos of us blowing up civilian infrastructure. That doesn't look good.
And so much of this stuff repeats itself, right? When we went to war in Vietnam, which was also just insanely stupid and predictably, it was predictable that it was gonna be horrendous. It was like 2 years into the war, and this is what the Pentagon Papers is about. The American government knew there was no way they could win. And LBJ sitting in his White House and he's like, yo, man, why don't these guys wanna make a deal? Like, I'm the guy that did the Civil Rights Act in America. But guess what? Like, LBJ understood, he'd studied, he'd fully grasped that institution, that culture, the US federal government, the Senate. Like, he knew what levers to pull. What he didn't understand about Ho Chi Minh and them in Northern Vietnam is like, no, bro, like, there are no deals.
Yeah.
We're gonna die before we let you guys take our country over.
And Iran is very similar. So similar, yes. So like in it's crazy that we're doing this again because it didn't work and we're still trying it. With Vietnam, the whole plan was to inflict as much pain as possible to bring Vietnam to its knees. And they would not concede. They persisted. And that's I think that's what's gonna happen with this war. That's why this whole thing about like, oh, we're gonna be out in like 2 or 3 weeks. Please.
No, because none of their working. So the logic just becomes, well, what's the next crazy you do?
Yeah, totally.
Like instead of just being like, all right, this isn't gonna work. It just never goes that way. It's just like, all right, what's the next ridiculous thing we could do? All right, what's the next crazy thing? What's the next crazy thing? And on it goes. And Dave Smith was talking about like state-sponsored terrorism, and the audience needs to understand, like, it in the war in Vietnam, the
I like the way you say Vietnam.
I keep saying Nam because that's
like an old veteran. Like I like that. I like that.
So the Viet Cong, they're like building weapons and stuff in like the border countries in Cambodia and Laos and stuff. And like they're basically hiding their stuff. They're being very smart and strategic from the Americans. And then, we get the bright idea, well, we'll just carpet bomb Cambodia and Laos. We heard there's some Viet Cong there. They might be doing their thing. We're just gonna carpet bomb it. Tens of thousands of civilian deaths. I don't know how you call that anything but terrorism.
I agree. Kissinger, that was Kissinger's strategy.
And we're going the same exact route.
Is it possible to go visit his grave?
Whose grave?
Kissinger's. I don't even know where it is. But
I bet it's like locked up somewhere. They not that dumb.
I just think it's important to pay your respects. Take a nice little leak on top of that gravesite.
Go crazy. If he just had his thing in some like public cemetery, no, people would go nuts.
I know, yeah, for good reason. Anyway, I don't condone that. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just, I'm just expressing my disdain for a mass killer.
We're not gonna deface the remains and the stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would never. First of all, I actually would never do that. I would never deface anyone's remains. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Anyway, now we don't look, and I don't want to diminish the fact that there is a legit war happening with tons of innocent people getting killed.
Yeah.
Okay. But Iran is winning the social media game. And by the way, you see a lot of Americans interacting with it and liking it. So Roger Stahl, a professor of communication studies at the University of Georgia, noted that one reason that the pro-Iranian animated videos have such traction is because they have an actual narrative structure as opposed to, the highlight reel sensibility of the Trump administration's videos of missile strikes. And I do want to go back to the video that I skipped over because this is the kind of stuff that Iran is putting out. And we're gonna see our reactions as we watch it. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is another one of the Lego videos. I don't know why they went with Lego, but I like it. I mean, I like Legos. It's not good. It's like it doesn't make us look good. Oh my gosh. Oh, I like that. I like that it was an empty coffin. I'm like, I don't know if I really like the thought of a dead soldier being sent to Trump, but an empty coffin. That's bad. That's bad. But you get the message, okay? You get the message. Arlington National Cemetery is where Kissinger is buried.
Wow.
Do with that information what you will.
Wow.
Yeah. The IRGC attached this photo to one of their ballistic missiles. So I'll read it to you if you can't read it. The writing is a little small. Hey, stupid Trump, the Strait of Hormuz is a bigger piece than your mouth. Your own strait is also in the hands of Epstein and little BB. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Hormuz guys.
Hormuz guys.
So while they're putting that on their missiles, you have IDF soldiers writing the names of Americans who criticize the war or their genocide. Americans who, by the way, fund their weapons. And IRGC spokesman Khatam al-Anbiya also used Trump's iconic line against him in one of his press conferences. Let's take a look at that.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. نظامیان دشمن همانها که فرار را برقرار ترجیح می‌دهند، همان اربابان شکست‌های متوالی که مردم مسلمان منطقه را سپر انسانی خود قرار می‌دهند، ترسی را در سلول خود می‌بینند تا موعد اصابت‌های ما فرا برسد و حتی قبل از اصابت از ترس خلاص شوند و این سزای هر دشمنی است که به امنیت مردم ما نگاه سو داشته باشد. احترام. You are fired. You are familiar with this sentence. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Okay, I'm
pretty good.
Can I just say, like, the Iranian accent, and I genuinely mean this, is one of my favorite accents because they add syllables that don't need to be there. Like, there was extra syllables. So the A, like they add an A syllable. Mr. No, it's not even an A, it's an Mr. Trump. And I love it. I don't know, there's something that I like about it. Anyway, you're fired. I wish we could do that. I wish we could fire him like right now.
You know, man, I think Trump's kind of fired himself and his presidency is pretty much cooked. It's over.
Oh, it's definitely over, yeah. But I mean, he's not worried about re-election, so.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's given up on midterms to some extent, although there is some tricky, pizzicky, shady stuff going on. Like he has an ego, so he doesn't want to accept that he's a loser, right? So I'm worried that he might try to do some crazy maneuver when it comes to the midterms, but I don't know. I don't know if we survive the rest of this administration. I don't know how much worse it's gonna get, but I do think it's gonna get worse. How could it get better?
Well, yeah, it's gonna get worse way before it gets better. I mean, that's for sure. He's just not gonna be able to. The right thing to do is just be like, yo, let's cut a deal with the Iranians. Like, yo, we're not doing this anymore. Like, my bad. We kind of thought you guys were bitches, and like we messed that up. Let's move on and just not do this. Global commerce need to go back to some semblance of better or whatever. But like the problem is like he can't do that.
No, he can't.
The Saudis are not gonna let him do that. The Emiratis are not gonna let him do that.
I don't give a about the Saudis.
The Israelis are not gonna let him do that.
No, okay, the Israelis are a bigger problem. I also the Israelis. I don't care about the Israelis either. But the problem is they're freaking assassins and they're vicious and they somehow find a way to drag us into things. So I am worried about Israel and I don't know. I mean, Trita Parsi gave me a little bit of hope because I was worried about Iran no longer wanting any diplomacy and just wanting to continue on with this war. But he made me think, there is possibly a route toward diplomacy. As long as we are aligned with Israel, we are never going to live in peace. Never.
We're going to be at war
forever. Until they get to us. And I'm not kidding. And I'm not kidding. Okay, that government.
Turkey's next, you know that, right?
Yes, I do know that. Fox News did a segment just yesterday. Oh my God, I forgot about it. I forgot to pitch it for the show today. Fox News did a segment yesterday. They've already begun fear-mongering about Turkey and how Turkey's not an ally. They shouldn't be in NATO.
Turkey's our guys. They've been an incredible ally.
They're coming for you, Turkey. You guys better get ready. They're coming for you. They are coming for you. So get ready.
Idea.
By the way, I mean the Turkish government. I'm an Armenian. Do not like the Turkish government. Okay. I have no ill will toward the Turkish people at all, and I want them to get ready. I want them to get ready to defeat Israel. Yeah, I said it. Get ready to defeat Israel. You should be making preparations right now. Right now. You'd be insane not to. They're coming for you. By the way, like, how much land do you need? How much land do you need? When is it gonna be enough?
Well, Mike Huckabee said they apparently they're entitled to most of it, if not all of it. Mike Huckabee was like, man, they actually don't have all the land that they actually are entitled to yet.
Yeah.
This is the US ambassador to Israel.
We should wrap before I say something that actually would get me fired.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.